Escape games are a new, interactive entertainment experience. The premise is simple. Small groups are locked into a room and have just 60 minutes to escape. Players must work together to locate clues, solve puzzles, and find the ultimate key to escape the room. Hey everybody, we're here at Bull City Escape with Alice, the owner, and I had so much fun on your latest escape.
We see all different types of groups here at Bull City Escape. Groups of friends, we've seen bachelor parties, birthday parties, everything like that. Also groups of coworkers. It makes for a great team building exercise because these are people you see day in and day out. And so this is a way of observing that performance under pressure and how well do you guys really communicate and collaborate. And we also see families, of course, who do this as something different, different than a movie or going to the mall. This is an interactive form of entertainment.
So how did you start the whole Bull City Escapes?
Sure. So I did my first escape game a couple of years ago. I loved it, and I traveled a bit. I have family all over the country, and when I would go visit, I would look up to see if that city had an escape game. They've been popping up in the U.S. And more I started thinking about, if I did this game, how would I design the puzzles differently? What puzzles did I find the most fun? And my background is in psychology and education, so I think a lot about, exactly, about different kinds of intelligences and how they can work together.
So it took us a long time to solve it.
It was really fun though.
So from the second I walked into the room, you open the door and it's just an awesome room. You're just kind of in the theme already.
And it was really cool to be working like the game with people that I haven't met before and kind of seeing like people's reactions.
So what's your favorite thing about doing an escape game?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely the people, seeing and watching the team dynamics. That's the psychology background in me that finds that really interesting. And I also really like the fun that they have and the inside jokes and the team bonding that goes on during that hour.
Definitely. So the first one that you guys had, it was actually the 90s theme, which I think is super fun. Always great to have a 90s party. So what was your inspiration for that?
Yeah, well, the 90s are just fun and nostalgic and, maybe for teenagers it's more history than nostalgia, but overall, it's just a really kind of fun theme that I think a lot of people have gotten really into. Like the 90s are back and they're in again.
Yeah, for sure. So if somebody thinks, oh, I don't want to do an escape game, it's way too scary. So would that be something that would be good for them to start out with?
Yes. So the 90s game is, it's not scary at all. The scariest thing in there is a Spice Girls poster.
That's scary.
There is scary Spice, I suppose. But in general, our escape games are not scary. I think one of the most frequently asked questions I get is, I've seen the movie Saw, and I'm like, all right, let me stop you right there. It's not scary, I promise. But the 90s game is also a great game for folks who have never played an escape game before.
Cool. So I've always wanted to do one of these, so I was really glad to have you on and get to explore it myself. One thing about being scared I thought was really cool is there is an emergency key by the door, so if there is an emergency and you have a panic attack or something happens and you need to leave, you're not actually, you can't get out. But yeah, it was so much fun. It was really cool. Yeah, see, working with different people you just met, and then, when you figure something out yourself, you're like, oh, cool. And like, you just feel like it's cool, like, oh, neat, I just figured it out. Yeah, so it was definitely really fun. So everybody out there, make sure if you've never done an escape game or you're an escape buff, is there a term for that?
Sure, escape buff.
Yeah, I like it. Come on down to Bull City Escapes and try their 90s and the new one, which is called
A Study in Murder.
This is the second escape room I've done. I did the 90s room that's also part of Bull City Escape.
I didn't escape the 90s room.
I did.
And I've done 4 or 5 of these now, and this is just a really fun challenge, after work to kind of, do some problem solving and team bonding, and definitely kind of test your coordination, communication, teamwork.
It reminded me of Goonies at some point, just like solving puzzles and problems, and it was really fun.
And when you're at the end of the clock and you're like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
This is the best there is.
I didn't know if I'd be able to contribute, and it was neat to play my own little part.
So for a fun, challenging, and immersive experience, come down to Bull City Escape.